Inspiring book.
7 Laws of Favor, 31 Days of Success, The Blessing of Overflow, Secrets of Divine Protection.
Authored by Yemi Davids, a highly sought-after speaker in practical wisdom and life-applicable teachings. Available from these stores.
Achieve Greatness Bookstore's website at www.jikresource.com.
Surulere, Lagos.
Roving Heights, Lagos.
CVS Plaza.
Dominion Bookstores Kilometer 10.
Bible Wonderland 14, Buncho Williams Avenue.
Amazon.com, Apple Bookstore.
The wiser you are, the better you live.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome to 2024 again. Your 2024 will be better than 2023. Our prophecy is expansion. We believe everyone that keys into it will experience expansion in 2024. That is the very reason why I'm inviting you to join us for our 3 brilliant services on Sunday at the Goodland, 7:15 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10:45 a.m. Come with your friends and family, come with your children, and we trust that you will experience expansion also this great year. Great things happen every Sunday at the Goodland. See you.
Leaders are humans too, which is why sometimes mistakes can be almost inevitable. But what if you had a guide or a roadmap filled with information, clear insights, and directives that can help you identify and avoid the pitfalls on your path? In a time when leadership seems to be failing and the call to raise godly, visionary, efficient, and accountable leaders is on the rise, God has planted in the heart of Yemi Davids the burden to help leaders maximize their leadership potentials, rise above the status quo, and become true, effective, and efficient leaders in any capacity. This burden has birthed 2 priceless gems: Leadership Pitfalls and How to Avoid Them, and Leadership Wisdom, Turning Your Vision into Reality, both authored by Yemi Davids. These books are filled with real-life leadership experiences and examples, tested and trusted steps to help you achieve your vision as a leader, and proven ways to identify, avoid, and overcome leadership challenges. If you desire to leave a lasting legacy on your leadership journey, let the wisdom from these books guide you on a smooth path to greatness. So, grab a copy or more for yourself or the link.
Welcome back. Hello, and beautiful morning to you, family. My name is Ochiko Newton, and with me here in the studio is
Justin Odige, as always. It's a good day to be here again, live in the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pumped for day 1. Listen, yesterday was everything. From morning, afternoon, evening session, it was packed. It was everything. Justin, I just give them a feel of what happened yesterday.
You know, yesterday, one thing I've realized, like, with the theme for this year's conference is abundant life. Like, that's where everything starts from. Like, when there's a strong move of the spirit, it has to start with, abundant life. Because when, they gave this illustration about a plant that is, by the waterside is always flourishing, regardless of, like, the seasons, because of the positioning. So for me, I realized that with the positioning, if you're moving with the spirit, you will always flourish, you will always multiply, because there's that constant fresh supply of the spirit moving with you and all of that. So it's just been a great time. That's something that I've noticed that most of the speakers have been, focusing a lot on abundant life, because that's where it starts from. What about you, Ochiko?
It's interesting you ask, because I feel like individuals who attended yesterday's conference would have a feel of what abundant life, holds for them.
Yes.
Apostle Michael Rokpo's message started on a very high note. He did not even allow the fish to come out of the water. He had already started slicing and grilling the fish, right? And the reason why I say that is because to speak to the testament that he is one that is full of the word, because he could tell that he barely looked at his notes, right? The minute he held the mic and he was talking, he was already like full force. Do you understand?
True.
Even after I went home, ladies and gentlemen, I was listening to this guy and I'm like, was this rehearsed? Like, the same Bible that I read is the same, and he was reading King James raw. He wasn't paraphrasing scriptures, ladies and gentlemen.
For what?
Oh my God, it was packed, and then we had to wrap it up with Dusing Oyekon session. What was that experience for you like?
It was amazing. That's not the first time, of course, that we've been privileged to have Minister Dunsi here, and it's just always fresh. Like yesterday when we were having the conversation, I said it was time for the true worshippers, to be awakened, and it was just a refreshing time. It was the climax, of yesterday, because we had Apostle Michael Orokpo, teaching the word, just focusing on the power of the Holy Spirit, and just making us also realize that we're not ordinary. When you have the Holy Spirit, when you carry the Holy Spirit inside of you, you're not ordinary. So that's why, I'm going to link it to Minister Dunsin's ministration, because for every time that he gets on the altar, to sing, it's always fresh, it's always new. It's not always, you don't get an ordinary performance in that sense. You get something new. So I know that when you have the Holy Spirit with you, you can't just be satisfied with just the basics. There has to be more.
Right.
And in fact, there is more.
Right.
And I want you to also, speak on that, when there's been a lot of conversations around when you have the Holy Spirit with you, you can't just be basic. You can't just do ordinary things. You want more.
Well, that's interesting to say, because the Holy Spirit is actually your advantage.
Yes.
It's interesting for one to say I have the Holy Spirit. For another, it's not just the Holy Spirit, it's my advantage.
Yeah.
So that's to say that in individuals' lives, he works at various capacities, and it's
Correct.
a function of a lot of parameters. And one of them is how much you activate and it's a river. Do you understand? And rivers are in different dimensions. You have a stream, you have a sea, you have a dam, there's a Christian that is currently watching us right now. You're
Yes.
probably like a tank. There's another Christian, you're like a river. And the Christian is like a tap. You're asking God, how do I eventually start flowing like a river? It's all a function of how much of the Holy Spirit you are willing to activate inside of you. On that same light, I want everyone, wherever you are watching across the world, be expectant, saddle your horses, relax, be ecstatic,
Yes.
be full of joy,
Tonight.
because God has something really
Today.
important for you. We can see a couple of you joining. Please let us know where you're joining us from. We can see your locations here. I'm seeing Favor. I'm seeing Favor is actually speaking French, so I'm assuming that you're from
French-speaking
a
country.
French-speaking country. I'm seeing Rachel. Rachel says, "Perfect morning, saints. Perfect morning to you, guys. Let us see your location where you're joining us from. Let us see how excited you are in OK. Someone says, "I'm joining from Enugu." Welcome, Richard from Enugu. We can see Philip from Ibadan. Fantastic, Philip. Team is saying hello. Fantastic. Come on, guys, just pop it up, pop it up, pop
Facebook
it up, pop it
family,
up.
where are you? I can see
Okay,
Ezekiel
Facebook family,
Adebajo.
okay.
Please, we need the conversation.
We need the energy.
Going.
Okay,
Yes.
we see Lagos, France. Good morning, Calabar. Okay, Port Harcourt. We are the Europeans in this place. We are the Uganda. Okay, Akin
nice.
from Birmingham. Akin, how is Birmingham this morning?
Today.
What are your expectations, ladies and gentlemen? While you're
Yes.
joining us, let us know your expectations.